happy to see my fucking
I believe everyone should grow up in a small town. How many of you have grown up in a small town? Well, I did, and one of the great memories that stick out in my mind are the nights where older and younger kids in my town would meet up at the pool and would play night games all night long. Now, I don't think that happens in a big city. It's more of a small town kind of thing. I've lived in the small town of Dodge Center for my whole life. I basically know everyone there, not just by their name or just as a neighbor or a few classmates that I graduated with. Today, I'm going to highlight 3 points: the benefits of living in a small town, the freedom a small town can offer, and finally, in a small town, it's like being a part of one big family. I'm going to start off talking about the benefits a small town has. There's little traffic, so there's no stoplights, there's no morning rush hour like there is in a big city. You can get everywhere easily by foot or bike. It's not that far at all. You also feel more safe in a small town. You know everybody, so it's easy to be comfortable with them and everything you do. Now that all of you know some benefits of living in a small town, I'd like to mention what a small town has to offer for freedom. There are some things that you can do in a small town that you can't do in a big city. Those include setting off fireworks, making loud noises, and riding snowmobiles or four-wheelers around in town and not getting in trouble for it. Those things you can't do in a big city. Growing up in a small town, there's also not that many people that you go to school with or live around, so it makes it easier for when you're in school and you're in sports. You can excel at more than one sport rather than just one, and you have the opportunity to do a lot more things, like with your graduating class. Lastly, I would like to share with you that living in a small town is like having one big family. Everyone is familiar with everyone. You don't know them just by their first. You know by their first and last, who their family is. You know just about everyone you graduate with and grow up with. You know what car they drive, what their family's like. Basically, you know their personal life. Which leads to my next point. You can go to anyone for anything. Being that you know everything about them, it makes it comfortable for you to do whatever you want. Like, your teacher is just like your friend. You can talk to them about anything. Or your friend's parents are just like your parents. You're really close to everyone. To summarize, living in a small town has some benefits. It offers you freedom and opportunity, and you are surrounded by a great big family. Some famous lyrics that sum up what a small town is come from a well-known artist, Miranda Lambert. Everybody dies famous in a small town. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Yes. Are you going to live in a small town for the rest of your life?
I really like living in a small town, so I could see myself living in a small town when I am done with college, yes.
All right. Do your grandparents and other family members live in a small town?
Yes. I actually have a sister who lives in Hayfield, which is right next to Dodge Center, and my grandparents live not too far from me, and I live with my parents, so I'm pretty much surrounded by my family in a small town. Any more?